Oh, so I had a disconnection there with my video. I had to make another one. Continuation, I'll name this part 3. So I was doing the video and I pressed the wrong button there and it shut. The video just disconnect. So what I'm gonna talk now is about the guru was encouraging everybody when they were young to become monks. He said become monks. I don't know why. He said he was just encouraging people. He was not a monk, he was a householder, family man. He fasted 2 times a month. He drank tea, drank coffee. He was married. He has a son. But yet he was all the young people who came to him. He encouraged them to become monk. Take the orange cloth. I don't know why. Not everybody, they say, can follow spirituality and learn yoga and become a mystic. Some people are called for other vocation. Like they say, when God created the world, He gave man spirituality, but he disobeyed God tenets. He disobeyed. He couldn't follow the injunctions of God, so he ended up becoming an ordinary mortal, and God gave him the sciences and the arts so that he could improve his world and learn something and keep himself busy and make his world a better place to live in. So if you cannot follow spirituality, they say the secular sciences or the mundane knowledge. Knowledge is two types: the mundane knowledge, worldly knowledge, and supramundane knowledge. So people usually incorporate a little bit of both. Once a week they go to church. Ramakrishna himself said that household and family people, they're in the midst of the Maya, the terrestrial power, the worldly power. They're engulfed by all these powers and forces. So he said how they can escape it. He said occasionally they can go into solitude, into retreats. And Andamarga has the same system, retreat. SDM, what's call it? You have to go to lectures, seminar, retreats, Dharma Chakra. So they say go into solitude occasionally, spend time with holy people, get satsang with holy people. These days, I remember when I was going for satsang with holy people, you feel that you want to get power above the other people. You want to look good, so the people start to look at you suspiciously when you want to meet holy people, you want to meet saints. They think it's for your physical enhancement. So here we have a trouble with satsang and solitude. So sometimes you can do it, I think, by yourself, or go to ordinary church and temple run by house family people. And so these temples, mandirs, and so they have their camps and their retreat. You can go there. If it's difficult going to satsang with these great sannyasis and sadhus, you can do that, right? So the household life sometimes is catchy. They say Ramakrishna said the monk, at the time of his death, he will repeat his mantra, his Ishta mantra, or his Ishta deity, Devata will come to his mind. While the householder, when he's dying, all he will think about his money, his children. He will say, oh God, I can't enjoy this anymore, this food or that food, this comfort or that. All kind of thing his mind is going on. Like he said that the parrot, you can teach it all the time to say Ram Ram or Hare Krishna and so, but when the cat catch the parrot, all it does is squawks. It forget the mantra. So it's the same thing with, they say, is the householder situation with God. It's like a cup with garlic. It has a smell of garlic inside. No matter how much you clean it, the garlic smell still remains. So even though, let's say, Ramakrishna with family people and married people, when they become monks, this worldliness still remains. They still smell like garlic. The worldliness is still there. You can see it. So it's good that if people can start the spiritual life or see the beauty of the spiritual life, like Shankaracharya, from a very young age. Of course, we don't have that culture here. Many here, we don't encourage it, we don't inculcate it. Maybe in the future, we can have this kind of culture and this kind of environment we turning out spiritual people rather than grossly materialistic people who are in majority, and they want to control and get things to go in a material trend and fashion, you know. So there's one story with a householder. He was always going to the temple to pray, and he would meet the monks, and he believed in that, you know. He would meet the monks and chat with them, and his wife was jealous. She said maybe that why he's doing this, you know. And one day she told him to stop, not to go, and so. But one day he came home. He didn't go to the temple. He didn't spend as long at the temple. He came home early. When he came home, he saw his mistress with somebody else, another partner. So he went back to the temple. And he was crying. He was in tears. He go to the monks, and the monks said, "Okay, we have something for you." They go in the room and they bring a bundle. It was an orange bundle, folded up, and they give it to him. See, that's how he became a monk. So people become monks differently and for different reasons, you know. But though this is a sacred culture, the monk culture in India was given by Brahma. He created a Saptarishi and told him to go and spread the knowledge to mankind and to the world, to people. Because Brahma was going to create man, and so he will teach mankind and teach the world, and you will preserve that knowledge, spiritual knowledge, yogic knowledge, mystic knowledge. He's gonna, you know, teach them, and at the right time they will keep the knowledge. And he had the Sanat Kumars, the 5 Kumars, and then Dattatreya came. All they made contribution to the sannyas tradition. Narad Muni was also a sannyas. He never married, the eternal celibate. So they all done the orange robe. So that's the original roots of the monks in Asia. But the family people, they were lucky. They born in the environment where monks were living, and the culture of hermits and anchorites were there, you know. So these anchorites, time to time, they came into contact with the householder and conquered the philosophy, their narrow philosophy, their dogmatic philosophy, the materialistic philosophy. They often defeated the householders. For example, Shankaracharya, he had a hard time when he had to debate with Madan Mishra, the Pandit, you know, who believe in idol worship and these things. So Shankaracharya's wife took up the debate when her husband was defeated. She said, if you defeat me, we all will become your servant. But if I defeat you, you will become my disciple. Shankaracharya, then she started to ask him matters about married relation, romance, and Kama Sutras, stuff from the Kama Sutra scriptures, Bible, Kama Sutra books. He couldn't answer it, so what Shankaracharya did, said he will come back with a reply, and he went to a lonely place and left his body, and in the astral form he entered the corpse of a king who had recently passed away, and that's how he gained married experience with a married life. And then he came back, entered his body, and won the debate with the woman, and so they became his disciple. There's one story also when Shankara was staying at the outskirts of a village. They went to visit there to preach, you know, and they were hungry. So they told the people, he told his disciples if they could go get some food for them, bring some food and stuff from the village. So they go there, and a pandit said, they're monks, they can't create food out of magic, out of yoga. They can't make food, and why they have to come to ask us family people and householder for food. And so, you know, they didn't understand this interdependence between the Grihasta and the sannyas. So the disciple went back and tell Shankar, and the one pandit followed them back. The pandit said, you're such great sadhus, why can't you create food out of nowhere? Sannyasi said they don't go out of nature, they don't go against nature, they go follow the natural laws. So the pandit took a stick and tapped the earth, and a fountain water started to flow, you know. So he demonstrated his superiority there, you know. So there are many stories like this where the interaction between mystics and the elite community, the social network was affected or influenced. This happened even in Europe. I think the monk Nebuchadnezzar was his name, Nebuchadnezzar, or he had came in contact with the king and so on, created a very big impression in Europe. We have people like Elijah, who was terrible, a monk with very high standard, very fierce, and his disciple was a gentle Elijah. Elijah was terrible. He was very rough, hard-spoken, rough. He had a big stick he used to walk with. This prophet, and then Elijah, this was more gentle. It was probably the reincarnation. He came reincarnated back and came as Jesus Christ. I don't know how true it is, So some monks have divine birth. Some of them are avatars, like great souls taken birth, enlightened already, reach the level of Brahma, Shiva, or Krishna. Incidentally, the Brahma school is not so popular on planet Earth. I don't know why. There are reasons why. The Brahma following is very small. The Brahma, it's not so famous and so popular, So mostly the Vaishnavites and Shivas, they have a lot of monks, Brahma has the Kumar, the Sanat Kumars and the Sapta Rishi he created. While Vaishnavites monk and the Shivites monk, we have them, So not everybody are called to be monks or sannyasis. Some are called to leave the family, like the Krishnamacharya. He was doing hatha yoga with a monk in Tibet. I think they were studying with Bengali Baba too, and then the monk told him to get married and come back home and live in the society with his wife and children. And so sometimes the teachers gave him that kind of instruction. Hariom Sharan, the singer who came to Guyana and married a Guyanese girl from the train line there in Bel Air, he used to dress in orange, and he met Swami Chidananda from the Divine Life Society, Krishnami Krishnananda, and he told him to marry. So he came to Guyana and he met someone whom he feel he should marry, and he got married. So that famous devotional singer became a Grihasta family person, So the monk life is more spiritual. You give more to full-time spiritual subject. You read in the morning, you go to classes, you do work, you study, you go out for alms, you beg, or you do service. If the ashramas project schools and so, you can do involved in service. And so you have a chance. Well, not many people understand the spiritual life. People are born of me. If you have that culture there, some people implant it, some people have it from the inception, beginning of time. Some people try to incorporate it in their society, and so it's called for a lot of investigation and inquiry before you accept, well, this is what you want. You should know. Now everybody's called, or this is what you would like to do. I meet one Filipino monk. What's his name again? That Videshanan, I think his name, or he was from the Philippines. He said when he was leaving, his parents didn't want him to leave. Would he beg them? He tell them this is something that he like, and this will only way he will be happy. So he asked his parents to let him go, and he want to go and become a monk. And he said this is the only way he would be happy, and that's the only thing that would make him happy, So he went there, and he decided that this is a life he like and he want to live it. And so there are many stories how people come, They say when a student is ready, the master appears. And even Baba Haridas said that the yoga of the householder is more difficult than that of the monk who is in it full time and is influencing and practicing all the time, you know. It's easier, you know. They say that one who dedicates himself to spirituality full time, his nerves is not so powerful as those who are like living in a society and doing yoga, you know, those who are living in monastery and abstracted away from society and from the Maya world. They say the nerves are more delicate, and then if a pin drop, they will jump or they get scared easily, while those who live in a society have to face the danger. They develop more courage and more strong. They say they're like lions, you know. They become more bold and brave, and so